How the USS Gerald R. Ford was built. Initiation of the project. The massive project of building the USS Gerald R. Ford came into existence in 2005, and since then it has been a long journey of engineers and experts from other fields pouring in their expertise and skills to make the USS Gerald R. Ford one of the strongest and most powerful carriers in the world. A result of the cumulative effort of not just one person but a group of people, this 21st century carrier, which was built for America, has become a source of pride for the USS. With everyone realizing what the final outlook of the Gerald R. Ford was, experts realized it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and being involved in the project meant contributing towards something big. Therefore, the USS Gerald R. Ford was built out of sheer hard work, excellence, and utmost dedication towards making the best of the best. Made with extreme precision and engineers nailing down every little detail about this carrier, the Gerald R. Ford is said to have a foundation that can easily last up to 50 years. According to experts, the Gerald R. Ford was built with the intention of not just being the most technologically advanced warship in the Navy, but also the greatest warship that the USS has ever built.
The keel of the United States Navy aircraft carrier, Gerald R. Ford.
Quality. When we talk about countries with the strongest naval forces, the United States tends to come in fourth in the ranking. However, when we talk about the quality of the naval forces, it can be said undoubtedly that the United States Naval Force definitely takes an even higher rank. And this is majorly because it is in possession of the USS Gerald R. Ford. The Gerald R. Ford, being a true testament to quality, is more than capable of producing its own energy. If you're thinking this is some ordinary aircraft, we would like to inform you that the Gerald R. Ford is capable of creating enough energy by itself that it can easily power high-powered lasers while simultaneously accommodating stealth fighters higher than all the stealth fighters owned by Russia. This technological warship was designed by keeping in mind excessive needs for power generation, and we can say this without a doubt that the warship has delivered on this goal.
As we get ready to get underway for our full ship shock trials, it's the 7th of June, 2021. We're commemorating the Battle of Midway.
Price. Gerald R. Ford is one of the most expensive projects undertaken by the U.S. Navy. Moreover, in terms of aircraft carriers, it is undoubtedly the biggest and the most expensive aircraft carrier that has been made to date. Before we reveal the amount of money that was spent on constructing the Gerald R. Ford and making it fully functional, let us know in the comments below what your guess is regarding the total cost of the Gerald R. Ford. Well, back in 2005, the Gerald R. Ford was estimated to have cost around $13 billion. Well, now that's a lot of money. As time went on, analysts dug deeper into the technicalities of Gerald R. Ford, and the estimated price for Gerald R. Ford kept being revised. In 2009, the $13 billion estimate was revised to $14 billion. Well, if you are trying to imagine what $14 billion would look like and what could be done with all that money, simply put, a person can build 3 World Trade Centers with this kind of money. But that's not where it ends. After building the 3 World Trade Centers, you would still have enough money left to build your dream collection of high-end sports cars. Properties and capacity. Amongst many other astonishing capabilities of Gerald R. Ford, this astonishing carrier has a displacement of approximately 100,000 tons and has a total length of 1,106 feet, which roughly translates into 337 meters. Moreover, this carrier is equipped with a 134 feet waterline beam and a 256 feet flight deck beam. The height of this beast is about 250 feet, which is nearly 76 meters and equivalent to the height of 9 floors above the waterline. Gerald R. Ford, alongside its sister ships, is capable of providing space to 2 squadrons of at least 10 to 12 F-35C Joint Strike Fighters, 2 equally massive squadrons of F/A-18E/F Super Hornets, 5 EA-18G Growler electronic attack jets, 4 E-2D Hawkeye airborne early warning and control aircrafts, and last but not least, 2 C-2 Greyhound COD planes. Well, if you think that is a lot of space, wait till you find out, in addition to all this, Gerald R. Ford and its sister ships can also carry 8 MH-60S Seahawk helicopters. In addition to this, It also embarks the MQ-25 Stingray refueling and intelligence collection drone. Accommodation and form. We have talked about the number of planes that can be embarked on Gerald R. Ford, but let's also take a look at the number of personnel that the ship was built to accommodate. It turns out that Gerald R. Ford is fully capable of carrying 4,539 personnel, which mostly consists of staff members of ships, companies, air wing, and other support staff. When we talk about the form that the Gerald R. Ford was built by keeping in mind the Nimitz class hull form, with several improvements to make this carrier the best of the best. For instance, the flight deck was made with a completely innovative mindset and has a 25% more efficiency than the normal Nimitz class hull form, thus enabling this warship to launch and recover from aircraft missions more effectively. In addition to all of its technological advancements, extensive budget, and massive size, another thing that sets Gerald R. Ford apart from all other U.S. carriers is that it is the first U.S. carrier that was designed with the help of computer-aided design CAD techniques, thus adding on to the precision with which the carrier was built. Power generation. Well, it is pretty clear from all that we know about Gerald R. Ford that it is undoubtedly loaded with some of the most cutting-edge technology, which has given the United States Navy an edge and has set them apart from the forces of other countries. The two Bechtel H-1B reactors installed in Gerald R. Ford have the capacity to generate 600 megawatts of electricity, which happens to be significantly higher than the power that could be generated by the Nimitz class's A4W reactor. Well, if you're wondering what 600 megawatts is equivalent to, we can simplify it for you by telling you that this amount of energy is approximately the same as the electricity consumption of 260,000 detached houses. The carrier has a top speed of 30 knots, and the 600 megawatts generated by its Bechtel H-1B reactors is essential in ensuring that Gerald R. Ford is able to function at its maximum speed. Moreover, the energy created is also used in providing electricity to the electromagnetic Psy-C aircraft launch system, which is equipped in this world-class carrier. To top it all, the radar system of Gerald R. Ford is said to be the most advanced that the U.S. Navy has. Well, keeping all of this in mind, we're sure you can only imagine how extensive the project of building the Gerald R. Ford must have been, and it only makes sense that it took several years until the project reached its completion. Taking into account the team of experts that was hired for the project, the involvement of high-end officials, and all the advanced technological equipment that the carrier is equipped with, and its enormous capabilities to generate power and accommodate not just people, but also aircraft. Let us know in the comments below which one of the Gerald R. Ford's features did you find the most fascinating, and if you think the estimated $14 billion budget is justified or not.